Some of the key considerations which the bank should be looking at when building versus buying, apart from the hygiene factor, being ISO 20022 compliant, being able to run natively on cloud, supporting all the payment types which you intend to do, you need to look at if that product has been architecturally designed with extensibility in mind. We see a lot of products that have extensibility as an afterthought rather than a design concept from beginning. So it's important when you are buying a product, you understand the architecture, you're comfortable that the product has been designed with extensibility in mind, and should you want to exercise that option of extending it yourselves, you can extend it yourself. Rather than just the product, there are software aspects also that need to be looked into, and those software aspects are very critical when you're establishing a relationship. Culturally, how well the organization aligns with your culture, approach-wise, how they're thinking about it, architecturally, how does it align with your thought process. So those are important bits which you need to look at. The responsiveness, again, from vendor side. How big is the payments business for them? Is it one thing of many things they do, or is it the core focus for the vendor? So you need to look at a lot of those things when you are deciding. Apart from that, it is imperative that you look under the hood and you look at, has the solution been designed ground up with extensibility in mind, or has it been an afterthought to have extensibility in the solution? If it is the latter, where it's an afterthought, the challenges down the line would be big, where in the next 5-10 years when you have to do something different, you're again stuck in the same situation as you are today. However, if you buy the right platform which has the right principles and architectural framework, you might be able to exercise your own options and build and extend it to the way you would want to do it for your needs. So that's going to be a sweet spot you need to look for when you're buying the products.
This is all part of the business case you have to do when you assess any partnership opportunity or build opportunity for any initiative. And it'll be based on what are the kind of short-term investment asks, whether it's CapEx, whether it's kind of more OpEx where you're investing for change. But then you also need to consider, what does it cost from a run perspective as well? Because we'll have an element of implementation, the change bit, but then you need to run it. And sometimes it can be better to run it internally. Sometimes it can be better to actually go, do you know what, from a third party perspective, it's better that they run that for us, because it doesn't make sense. They do it better. They have an economies of scale that we don't have. So that's all part of that business case assessment that you do right up front. And that is not just a short-term piece, but the medium and long-term piece. And again, importantly, with the material outsourcing thing, we constantly need to review those decisions, because it might be that a partnership now made perfect sense, but in 5 years actually doesn't make sense.